I'll be there when you're down, when you're losing your ground, till the afterglow, the afterglow. Fading away, you look so great when you gotta shine. One more part of you is gone now, as you keep smiling at the crowd. Pressure is your best enemy, spotlights show what I wanna see. Sometimes it feels like you're under attack, you just can't break free. I'll be there when you're down, when you're losing your ground, till the afterglow, the afterglow. I'll be there when you fall, when you're losing it all.
Fort Lauderdale, people, and the Amerant Bank Arena is the host of the tonight's edition of SmackDown. As right now, we are taking a look at the tag team champions walking in the building. We got that crate there. This is Chris Best hosting the show here. As soon as I can get this graphic down, that would be great. There we go. Graphic is down. Qualifying match later tonight. Kianna James, Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair for the Elimination Chamber. And Charlotte walking her dog into the building with Alexa. Nia Jax talking with Lash Legend. And over on the men's side, Damien Priest, Carmelo Hayes, and Trick Williams are getting set for their qualifier later on tonight as well. As we take a look at last Friday, when Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu, and Sami Zayn all fought in their qualifier match. We, of course, saw Cody Rhodes qualify. Or wait, did Cody qualify? Now I can't remember. Pretty sure it was Cody, yeah. But what a triple threat match it was. And of course, Drew McIntyre interfering and beating up Jacob Fatu, taking out Cody Rhodes. But Sami Zayn, dragging Sami Zayn's body, by the way, over Cody. And Sami, delivering that haluva kick, and Sami getting distracted, taking the crossroads and the loss there as well. And the American Nightmare making his way out to the building, or to the ring right now. I'll just evening, Bubba. I'll just beat up my microphone with my water bottle there. Cody Rhodes is on his way to the ring right now. As right now we're taking a look at all who's qualified for the Elimination Chamber. We've got Randy Orton, we've got LA Knight, we got Cody Rhodes, and Javon Evans, who have all qualified for this chamber matchup next Saturday on the 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Oh, we are. There is a PLE patrol for the 28th. There always will be a PLE patrol whenever there is a PLE. But Cody has got that microphone, and I want to listen in on what he's got to say. Interesting to note that Cody is out here, but not in his suit, which he usually is. Well, Cody didn't get much out. He said, Fort Lauderdale, what do you want to talk about? And now Jacob Fatu is coming out. And you can bet he's not too pleased about what happened to him last week. Oh, Jacob Fatu's got something to say. So Jacob comes out. He tells Cody, Cody, you are not my concern. But Drew, you are my concern. Then he calls out Drew McIntyre, but now Nick Aldis is out here. Well, now Drew's got the night off, and according to Nick Aldis, he asked Jacob Batu to come to the back, and we'll discuss getting your hands on Drew. But Drew is still in the building. However, he's sitting in one of those VIP boxes. I didn't catch what Drew said, but clearly what Drew said had set Jacob off, as he's now attacking security, and he wants to jump that guardrail to get up to that press box, or to get up to that lounge area. Well, Drew had to respond to everything that Jacob Badu was saying by saying that the whole world is after me because I'm the champ. Cody then grabbed the mic and said, "Hey, Drew, the whole world isn't after you because you're the champ. The whole world is after you because you're an asshole." We're looking at action from the 10-man tag that took place last week, where the MFTs took on Shinsuke Nakamura, Ilya Dragunov, Carmelo Hayes, Matt Cardona, and Apollo Crews. And then what happened afterwards with the Wyatt Six showing up. Now we got Carmelo Hayes doing a workout there, and Ilya Dragunov showing up to talk with him. Basically, the two men were just hyping each other up for their matchups. Ilya Dragunov is now on his way to the ring for the opening match of the night here. And he's going to be taking on Tama Tonga coming up next, guys. This should be something. Something. And as we head to commercial, as the WWE heads to commercial break, we're going to head to commercial break. Take a look here.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, videos games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
Turnbucklestudios.org is the place to go if you want to join us. All you got to do is hit turnbucklestudios.org, click that join button, and there's going to be an application there for you to fill out. Fill out that application, and it will be sent over to us, and we will take a look at it and make that decision. That's turnbucklestudios.org.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, videos games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
That's a commercial so nice I had to play it twice. But hey, you know what? I guess since he's here, he might as well do the ad read because I already did the ad read, but he can do one again. OMD, pop yourself in.
All right. So I'm not sure which ad read I'm doing here, but ladies and gentlemen, if you have ever wanted
I accidentally hit the join button commercial twice. So I did one ad read off of it, do the other one.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, if you have ever wanted your break in podcasting, content creation, a potential collaboration, or just to help us out behind the scenes, turnbucklestudios.org is the place to be for all of your Turnbuckle affiliation program needs. Hit the join button, send us your credentials, tell us how you can help us and how we can help you, and we can sit down as a collective and figure out the best fit. All of this and more at turnbucklestudios.org, your home for the Turnbuckle affiliation program.
All right, so what have you caught of the show so far, if anything?
I've literally just turned the TV on into this. We'll be right back at.
Okay, so Ilya Dragunov is getting set to wrestle Tama Tonga right now.
Okay.
Ilya Dragunov came to the ring before we went to commercial. We had an opening promo as well, and that's about it.
Okay. So I haven't missed anything.
Nothing much, no. There is one intriguing thing that was said in that promo, but
okay,
I think we're going to see it a little bit later on tonight.
Okay.
I'll tell you, the promo involved Cody, Jacob, and Drew.
That really doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, that's all I will tell you. Obviously, based off of what happened in the triple threat match last week.
Yes.
And I'm surprised that Sammy wasn't involved, but I'm sure we'll see him later tonight to voice his concern over it too.
I'm sure we will, yes.
As we're looking over the Florida Panthers Amerant Bank Arena home.
Okay.
Okay, this is what I was telling you about.
So Nick Aldis tells Jacob, I will give you Drew McIntyre. Just you have to be patient. And Jacob said, I'm not going to wait much longer.
Yeah, he's itching to get his hands on Drew tonight.
Okay. And Ilya Dragunov, the guy who, pound for pound, is probably the best and toughest fighter on the SmackDown roster.
Yeah.
And maybe the most powerful.
Yeah, and as you can see, Tama Tonga is dressed to compete. It's going to be Tama Tonga and Ilya Dragunov. But you got to wonder, where are the Wyatt Six?
Right? What I'm really wondering is why I almost got Tongaloa confused with one of the Usos tonight.
Yeah. He is looking Usi tonight.
He is. And Ilya Dragunov has that reputation of late to have the best matches on SmackDown, whether the U.S. title is involved or not.
And I expect a great match out of this one, too, because Tama Tonga's no slouch either. Tama Tonga can put on a good match if needed as well.
Oh, I thought Ilya Dragunov was pointing at something or somebody, but
Ilya is extremely outnumbered here. So not only do I expect the Wyatt Six to come in, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Nakamura come out, maybe Apollo Crews and Matt Cardona. I don't expect Carmelo because he's too busy focusing on the triple threat match later tonight.
Yes, a match that he's got with Trick Williams and I can't remember.
Damien Priest. And that's only if we don't see the Wyatt Six. Because we all know that Nakamura has had his troubles with the MFT as well.
Yes.
And now Cardona and Apollo Crews have interjected themselves into this situation. We could see Mello come out and help out Ilya because there's been a budding friendship between the two of them.
There
budding
has
friendly rivalry, I guess we'll say.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that case of the best rivals become the best of friends, and the best friends become the best of enemies.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
But Tama Tonga is seemingly just eating these chops from Dragunov.
Yeah. And if, from what I'm hearing, Dragunov's chops are the ones you don't want to be taking. Even Gunther has said they were tough.
Yes.
And for everyone out there, I would like to wish everyone a very happy Rusev Day.
Yes, we cannot forget Rusev Day.
Yeah, I'm only saying that because I watched a bit of the Rusev interview on Chris Van Vliet.
Right.
He talks about how Rusev Day came about.
Yep.
In there. I don't blame you for checking your jaw there, Tama Tonga, after that kick. And we talk about the toughness of Ilya Dragunov. Tama's got to be tough too. I mean, look who his dad is.
Right? His dad. Then, of course, you've got his two brothers who are a part of the MFT alongside of him.
Who are, yeah. I mean.
And as well, the Japanese dojos and his time in New Japan.
I will say this, like when I watch Tama and when I watch Tonga, I do see hints of Haku in them.
Yep.
But yeah, coming up, training through the New Japan dojo, I mean, you have to be tough as nails to go through that.
Yes.
Dare I say I wouldn't say it's stronger than, but it's pretty close to as strong as training in the dungeon.
Right. This is something we don't see very often. Usually we see more of a back and forth, almost a catch-as-catch-can with the Dragunov match. And in this one, Tama Tonga seems to just be
exerting his strength on him. Just slaps the taste out of him there.
And there's that catch-as-catch-can from Dragunov.
Now, the one thing I'm liking about this match so far is when we see Dragunov take the lead or take control of the match, we see the match pick up in pace.
Yep.
But when Tama takes control, he slows it down to a I'm just going to beat you up kind of pace.
Yep. It's almost like a race between a tortoise and a snail from Tama Tonga. Yeah. Oh, we're going old school there.
Ric Flair old school there. Except that's the thing. That was a heel doing it to a babyface. Normally, it's the babyface doing it to the heel,
right?
But I guess Even when Ric Flair was babyface, he still took the bump from the heel.
Yes.
But it became a Ric Flair staple after a long time.
Yes, it did. And Dragunov, well, both men slapping the taste out of each other's mouths. And that double clothesline.
I'm pretty sure Dragunov is bleeding from the nose there. Little Nate, you may want to think about putting them gloves on. Just I can't imagine how hard those blows are that both men are taking right now in the middle of the ring.
Right?
So far, I'm liking the fact that the MFT are not getting involved in this matchup,
Right?
but you still can't 100% trust them hanging
you
around
can't.
ringside.
As we've got our buddy Pete coming in here saying, "Evening, you handsome devils." Good evening to you, Pete. Great to see you as always, buddy. We haven't seen you in a while. We've missed you. Thank you for stopping in.
There's a part of me that really wants to get in the ring and fix. Okay, he's fixing it. I wanted to get in the ring and fix Dragunov's brace. It's not quite fixed, but it's kind of there.
Yeah.
Well, Tonga Loa tried to get involved, but I don't know what he was doing.
Yep.
I think he was just
What
running
a-
over to. I think he was just running. I think he was just running over to Jaw Jack.
Yeah. But what
Dragging
a
off a bit.
spiked flatliner that he delivered.
Oh, I felt my back on that one.
You and me both, brother. And once again, Dragunov trying to go to the top rope. I missed that though. Did Tonga Loa pull him down?
No, he brought his foot down and just looked because he saw Tonga Loa coming close.
There's that senton made famous by one Akira Tozawa.
Oh, there we go. Now JC Mateo getting involved.
Yes, as Dragunov kicks out, and then wow.
Oh, he took the brace to the side of the head with that kick. Oh, now Tonga Loa is getting involved.
Yep, Tonga Loa just escapes that kick for that blade type move from Tama Tonga, who picks up the victory.
Yeah. If for a second there, I'm like, wait a minute, why is Solo upset that Tama Tonga took the win? But he was just celebrating with anger on his face.
Now, I know that this was a fairly even match, but given where Dragunov is sort of positioned, would you call this an upset win from a Tama Tonga?
No, I would call this an expected win because that was not even at all, because all of the MFT at ringside, even though he lost, I mean, we kind of expected that he would lose because it was a 5-on-1 situation.
And Solo had the mic saying, "This is my show. I've already got the tag titles." And then he got jumped again from behind by Dragunov, who now eats a Tala Tonga choke slam.
And like a pack of wolves are all attacking on Ilya Dragunov here.
But there is Matt Cardona, as you called.
Yeah, kind of. I expected Cardona to come out. I expect Apollo Crews to show up. There's Apollo Crews.
Speak of the devil, who just gets run over by a Tala Tonga clothesline.
Now where's Nakamura? Or the Wyatt Six? I'll take that.
Yep.
I said all of these were going to show up. So, oh, it's a promo.
Yes, it is. And Uncle Howdy saying, "I'm coming out to, next time I come to the ring, I'm going to expose you and your insecurities. But will you show up, Solo?"
He's basically challenging Solo to a one-on-one match. For whatever reason, the way that he was wording that promo, I don't know why, but I was leaning towards a pitch black match between the two of them. I don't know why, but that's the vibe I was getting out of it.
I have a very, very funny feeling that we are going to get an announcement for Saturday night's main event very, very soon. And we're going to get that one-on-one match. But now we have Byron Saxton interviewing Randy Orton.
Yeah, but the way I figure with that one-on-one, there's still room for at least one more match on the Chamber card because there's only 4 matches, as far as I know, that have been announced.
Now we had Zelina and Aleister Black trying to get into the head of Randy Orton, with Aleister saying, dig around the head. Where is the Randy Orton of old? Where is the Randy Orton, as he insinuated about the punt? Where is that Randy Orton? Randy Orton coming back saying, I'll talk to Aldis, ditch the tracksuit, and I'll see you in the ring.
Yeah, Randy Orton said, I don't need that Orton to kick your ass.
Yeah.
But we're looking at a preview for this Monday night in which we are going to be celebrating the career of AJ Styles. And it's, from the rumors we're hearing all week, it's sort of an all hands on deck. And we're looking at actually a bunch of merch for AJ Styles as well. And that's a pretty nice hoodie.
Yes, it is.
To be fair, though, that hoodie that Randy Orton was wearing was pretty nice too.
It was, but I mean, for me, it was a little too bright for a Randy Orton.
It looked good. I like it.
It did.
I'd buy it. Just as I think you guys should buy some of our merch. Take a look here, guys.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at turnbucklestudios.org.
And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Turnbucklestudios.org. Again, your home for everything Turnbuckle affiliation program. We ask that you support your shows, support your favorite podcasters, wear what we wear. Head over to turnbucklestudios.org/shop, and all of the proceeds come back into our studios to bring you a better experience. All of that and more at turnbucklestudios.org, your home for the Turnbuckle affiliation program.
I made myself a drink today. So I had some canned fruit, some canned pineapples and juice, right? And I'm like, I wonder if I can make a juice just off of the juice from the canned pineapple, like just a watered down juice. And I made myself a nice pineapple water.
Nice.
It's actually pretty nice. It's pretty smooth and tasty.
Oh yeah,
Just
I can imagine.
a nice flavor booster for plain old tap water.
I just know, for me, I would have just done the juice straight into a bottle and just done the juice, and I would have mixed other juices, whether it was mango or cherry, whatever.
I would have done the same thing, but I only had the canned pineapple, so I'm like, let's just throw it into a jug, throw some cold water in it, have some ice cold pineapple water. I do intend to buy pineapple juice on payday, though, if I can find the time, because I've got a lot of stuff that day.
Right. So I know we haven't seen our women's elimination chamber qualifier yet. I don't remember what it is for tonight.
Oh my god, I did see the announcement this afternoon too.
I want to say Charlotte, Nia, and somebody.
Let me just I'm going to pull up the card here on my phone. Oh, that's right too. I forgot about that match. It's Charlotte, Nia, and Kianna.
Okay.
And then we got Julia and Rhea Ripley later tonight as well.
Oh.
And of course, Oba Femi and Kit Wilson.
Yes.
As we're looking at tickets on sale now for the WWE World in Las Vegas, I want to go to this.
Right?
I think, though, that maybe if it were me, I don't know if I would just put it at the big four, like WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. Right. I think I would also sprinkle it in on just random times, you know.
Right. Well, I know like last year, like I know WWE World is big at the Saudi shows. There were different types of events last year going on around the Elimination Chamber as well. I just didn't have the money to do everything.
Well, there you have it. Next week on SmackDown, guys, women's tag team championship match. Nia Jackson, Lash Legend, to challenge Rio for the women's tag team titles.
Okay. But now we are going to get our women's world champion, Jade Cargill, making her way to the ring.
Our women's WWE champion. One has to wonder if Jordan Grace shows up or if Liv Morgan shows up.
Right?
Or if somebody in the chamber shows up. There's a lot of people gunning after Jade right now.
Yes. And last week, I'm amazed we saw that one armed Jaded from Jade Cargill onto Jordan Grace.
Well, Jordan did put some damage on her last week.
As Jade getting in Liv Morgan's face again last week after the match, as she was trying to enjoy her romantic chicken tender dinner with Dirty Dom.
Hey, Dirty Dom knows how to spoil the women. Short and sweet. I like that.
Yes, Jade saying she is coming to Raw this Monday to hear Liv's decision in person, and she doesn't care if it's Liv or if it's whoever comes out of the chamber, naming people that have yet to qualify and some that have qualified.
Smart move, though. That's what I would have done in that promo.
Yep.
She laid out all those names, and I think that was more of like a gauge from the crowd.
Yes,
for the WWE.
And now we're getting that tease.
And as you can see, the crowd was really hyped for Rhea to take on Jade.
Yes, they were.
Although this is that's a WrestleMania match too, Charlotte and Jade.
Yes, it is. And Jade continuing to get in Charlotte's face.
Did Charlotte just woo at her?
Yep. And Jade
Okay.
wooed right back before the ref came out and interrupted it.
Well, Charlotte is smart here. Charlotte knows that she cannot focus on Jade at this moment. She's
Right.
got to focus on qualifying before going to the chamber, before getting to Jade.
Yes.
Charlotte knows that this is a step-by-step process to get to that championship at this point.
Yes, and that's something that I know we've really talked about a lot in this past year with Charlotte Flair. She's not inserting herself right back to the top of the line and saying it starts behind her anymore. She's working her way up. And this unlikely union with her and Alexa Bliss. But ladies and gentlemen, check out everything we have going on throughout the week here at the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we go TNA as we brace for Impact at 9 p.m. On Fridays, join us for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday, be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. And later that night, we have the Borsnest at 8 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day. And please visit turnbucklestudios.org.
And ladies and gentlemen, once again, turnbucklestudios.org is your home for the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. Meet the team, Mr. Best, myself, Bubba Duke, Chris Parrish, and Carl Carafel. Get all of our socials and watch our latest weekly live episodic shows. turnbucklestudios.org/hosts. And ladies and gentlemen, all of that and more at turnbucklestudios.org, your home for the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program.
And of course, one of the things that's not in that video that we do have is the PLE Patrol, which you can catch live this coming February the 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern, in which we will be covering Elimination Chamber. Saturday Night Gaming as a programming note will become Saturday Afternoon Gaming.
Yes, we do cover all special events. We have that one next Saturday with the Elimination Chamber. The following Saturday as well with NXT Vengeance Day, hosted by Chris Parrish.
Yeah, and that's going to be another edition of Saturday Afternoon Gaming for that one as well.
Yes, it will.
Man, I've got a busy weekend next weekend. Well, because I just mentioned all the stuff on Friday.
Right.
And then I got to find a way to squeeze in time for my groceries and all that.
And I will be going up north next Sunday morning.
We're already up north, up to a lot of people, but you're going further north.
I am going further north. I have to go visit a Rugrat.
And we're looking at a preview for a small preview for Backlash taking place in Tampa Saturday, May the 9th. There will be a PLE Patrol for that one as well at 7 p.m. Eastern.
And let's not forget the big one, ladies and gentlemen, the two-night PLE Patrol Saturday and Sunday, April 18th and 19th, as we bring you WrestleMania.
And every weekend, every year I say it, that's a busy weekend for me. A busy week for me because I'm usually doing all the editing for the intros. And on those
Yep.
2 night shows, I've got 2 intros to make.
As Charlotte in the ring awaiting her opponent. As Kianna James makes her way out.
No Julia at her side, but as I stated, Julia does have a match later on tonight as well.
Yes, and we've been seeing that though a lot with these triple threat matches.
Well, yeah, because Charlotte didn't come out with Alexa, so.
Right? Now, do we see Nia coming out with Lash?
So that's where it's very possible because I wouldn't put it past Nia and Lash to come out together. But yeah, we're looking at the qualified women already. We've got Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka, who have all qualified.
Yes. Now, does Kianna James stand a chance in this match? We know that her and Julia picked up a surprise victory to become #1 contenders for the tag titles at one point.
I mean, I'm looking for that. I want to see like that underdog get into one of the chambers. We got that on Monday with Javon Evans going into the chamber. And the women, Kianna James could very well be that underdog.
As Nia Jax made her way to the ring on her own. But we also know that all 3 of these women's partners are in the back, so there is the potential for this to break down to utter chaos.
Yeah, as all 3 women are also not just involved in this, but are involved in that women's tag team title hunt.
Yes. And we know that next week, Nia and Lash will take on Rio for the women's tag team championships. Charlotte targeted Kianna James with that elbow. And then went right after Nia Jax. So I think they're trying to sort of focus on keeping Kianna down because she is the wild card in all of this.
Well, if it were really me, I'd be tag teaming with Charlotte if I were Kianna to take down Nia.
Yep, but she's trying to team with Nia to take out Charlotte.
Nia's like, yeah, to hell with you.
Yep. But Nia eats the chop block from Charlotte before Kianna tries to sucker her, but it fails.
On that lifting headbutt to the chest there from Nia.
Yes.
I like that she adds a little bit of an innovation to the headbutt maneuver because, I mean, sometimes the headbutt is just a plain, it's like a punch or a kick to me sometimes.
Yeah, but when you're looking at somebody like a Drew McIntyre's Glasgow Kiss or Rhea Ripley's headbutt, those are absolutely brutal. Nia, at least, is using that typical, never headbutt a Samoan because of her heritage.
No, but I mean, like, because obviously the Glasgow Kiss is like a setup maneuver or it could be a finisher. Same with Rhea's. But I mean, like, there are wrestlers that we see just throw a headbutt for the sake of throwing a headbutt, just like they would throw a punch. So I like that there's innovation in those 3 headbutts, we'll say, to make them stand out more so than what you would see. It's kind of like the super kick, right? Everybody throws the super kick, but when we see Sean throw it, he goes to the corner, he does the taunt, and then he throws the kick.
And Kianna now with that chin lock on Charlotte Flair as Nia tries to make her way back into the ring, but Kianna keeping her on the outside. Yeah,
that's a smart move. Got to keep her away from the action, and Kianna keeping the most experienced. Yeah, she might be the most experienced woman in this ring, keeping her at bay.
Yep.
I say she might be because I'm pretty sure Charlotte and Nia debuted pretty close to the same time in the WWE.
I believe so. But as we saw earlier, we heard that promo from Jade. We saw her taunt Charlotte. Could she play a factor in this match?
If she does, then I want to see Jordynne Grace come out and stop it. I don't think the stuff between her and Jordan are done.
And if my calculations are correct, then come Monday, we will get our last two chamber qualifiers.
Yep.
Do we see those, as we typically see, those summits of all of the competitors next Friday here on SmackDown?
I wouldn't call it a summit. I'd maybe call it a fight between all six of them. Because you need something to close out that show. And it's got to be close out next week's show. And it's got to be one of the chambers. One of the chambers. Well, it could be, we could even see like them separate it and do like the women's on Raw have their thing, and then the men on SmackDown, perhaps.
Yeah. Well, and I could see both, like one of those segments to open the show, one of those segments to close the show next week. But usually they try and keep the competitors spaced out enough that it just does become a promo battle as opposed to a fight. But we have seen those break down as well before.
And Charlotte teeing off with them chops on both women right now.
Yes, she is. And the crowd firmly wooing behind Charlotte. As Nia recovering between the top and middle rope. Now, with Charlotte and Nia, we have seen them battle over the Women's WWE Championship before, both on Raw and on SmackDown. Does that history play into how they approach this match?
Oh, I guarantee you it does. And Charlotte just walking over both women looking for, it looks like she's heading up for her moonsault right now. That moonsault of hers is just picture perfect.
It is.
It's unfortunate that she doesn't do it to the outside anymore, but I understand at the same time.
Yeah. And what a counter to a head scissors from Charlotte there. But then you get that Samoan drop from Nia. And Kianna James with that amazing feat of strength.
With her own Samoan drop.
Yes. And we saw that those shades of that power from Kianna James at the Royal Rumble and here again tonight.
Yeah, picking up Nia with ease on that one too, by the way. I mean, when we saw it at the Rumble, she kind of struggled with it, but at the same time, when she tried to do it with Nia, she had already been in the ring maybe about 15, 20 minutes at that time.
Yeah. And now Charlotte and Kianna both struggling to get to the middle rope as they are battling for position.
And as someone who has wrestled in the Rumble and drawn number one and almost went all the way, it's taxing. It's very taxing and tiring on the body. Well, Charlotte hitting the Spanish fly. And getting the 3 count. Or did she?
No, I don't think she did. I think the ref put the 2 up.
Oh. I swear to God, the referee hit 3.
Did Kianna get the inside shoulder up?
I swear to you, the referee hit 3.
I'm
That was close. Oh, Randy Orton and Aleister Black has been made official.
Yes, it has.
And Oba Femi and the murder of Kit Wilson.
I'm cheering for Kit in that match.
You're cheering for Kit to get murdered. Oh, Kianna, I thought, yeah. She was looking for the figure 4 or perhaps her own version of the figure 8.
Yep.
And Charlotte's like, I'll show you how to do it.
But here comes Nia.
Yeah, Nia's like, I'm just going to squash you. Leg drop there.
Yep.
Oh, geez, here comes the Annihilator. Could this spell the end here, or does Kianna get up and powerbomb Nia off the ropes or something? Nope, Charlotte. Oh, I thought Charlotte was going to go for the natural selection.
Yep. And now all 3 women are down. But this match, again, has really been what you seem to be liking about the triple threats.
Yeah, all 3 women fighting each other.
Yeah.
It's the way a triple threat match, I believe, should be done. I'm tired of that whole... And I get it in like cases like where Nia Jax is the giant of the match, take the giant out and then fight each other.
Yeah.
But I'm tired of that. Take the one guy out and then the other 2 fight, and then, you know what I mean? That's why the Armageddon 6-man Hell in a Cell is one of my favorite Hell in a Cell matches, because it is all 6 people fighting at the same time.
Yes. But in this situation, you do have, as we've alluded to earlier, Kianna James being that underdog as just based on their experience and their championship pedigree. Both Nia and Charlotte are those giants in this match.
They've been to the top of the mountain, so.
And Charlotte looking to lock in the figure 8 on Nia. She's got it in.
What? Oh, whoa.
And
was
Kianna James steals the win
with the crucifix off of the figure eight. That was interesting.
I love it.
I don't know if I do. I mean, I like that Kianna took the win, but Charlotte was fully aware she could have kicked out. It just,
But again,
I don't know.
This goes back to that missed pinfall, I guess, on Charlotte on Kianna.
Mm-hmm. As we got Rio looking on in the locker room.
Yes, we do. And now we have Byron Saxton.
I mean, they were just pointing out. Byron tried to point out what I've been pointing out about like focusing on your future opponents by trying to stir the pot a little bit, but we know that Rhea and Io basically said just what I had said. They're focused on the qualifier on Monday. Then they're going to focus on the tag titles, then the chamber. They're not looking past Nia and Lash at all.
No, they're not. But they also said that this is WrestleMania season and everybody has to be at the top of their game.
And out of the women's division, who better than Io and Rhea, who have been in headlining matches at WrestleMania?
Yep.
But right now, guys, we want you to join us.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, videos, games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
And ladies and gentlemen, turnbucklestudios.org is your home for the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. So head on over to, turnbucklestudios.org/join. Send us your credentials. Tell us how you believe you can help us, how you believe we can help you, and we can sit down as a collective and figure out the right fit. turnbucklestudios.org/join at turnbucklestudios.org, your home for the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again about these B-Rec back screens. Why not just show us some like highlighted action,
right,
from the stars on SmackDown?
Right.
Because some of this is a little bit outdated. Like we're looking at Roman. Roman's not really a SmackDown guy anymore.
Right.
Or this is something you could do when they actually fade off to commercial. why not just do the interviews that they do on Raw?
Right.
Just give it so that it's exclusive to the Netflix people, which would be us. So I saw that Canada did defeat Finland today.
They did. They did. And then the U.S. dominated the Czechs, which means Sunday morning at 8:10, I'm not getting up for it, but we have the gold medal game.
I'll see if I can get up for that. I don't know yet.
And I do believe that.
And Joe Hendry?
Well, yes, but I do believe, and please, I could be mistaken, but it was to my understanding that Chris Parrish will be getting up to do a watch party for the game.
I don't know yet. I'm not quoting anything on that just yet. But Royce Key is on What's Your Story? That I gotta find a way to. I gotta watch that at some point. Very interesting.
Okay. And here and now we get the antidote. Kit Wilson making his way to the ring.
Rest in peace, Kit Wilson. That's all I gotta say.
Well, and because we are still awaiting the decision from Oba Femi as to which brand he is going to appear on.
I mean, both Nick and Adam have been giving him some juicy offers.
Yes, they have. When do you think we find out that decision? Do we find it out tonight? Do we wait until Monday, or do we wait until WrestleMania?
See, I don't know if now we wait till Monday now, because on Monday, Liv Morgan is going to make her decision for who she's challenging at WrestleMania.
Right.
As Jade Cargill had mentioned earlier tonight. So I don't know if you want to have two of those decision-making angles on the same night.
Right.
So I think I would wait until after the Chamber to make that choice.
Okay.
Just give something for the audience to get hyped for after Chamber.
Right. I also have to wonder is like, do you wait until WrestleMania, or do you wait and make it a surprise on the Raw after WrestleMania, his decision?
Well, if the rumor if the rumor for Oba's who Oba's Mania opponent could be, I think that's going to be the ultimate determining factor in which roster he goes to. And the rumor is Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
And Brock Lesnar is a Raw guy.
But I'm also hearing that LA Knight and Brock Lesnar is being slated for Mania.
I don't know where you're hearing that from, because the majority of the people are saying it's Brock and Oba. But we'll have to wait and see on that one, because right now Kit's got the microphone. Why do I feel like Oba's going to wring his neck and just slam him over that top rope? This is actually pretty entertaining, though. Well, he didn't wring his neck, but he grabbed him and just ripped him over that top rope. And but I was thinking about Oba and like what kind of a juicy offer could SmackDown give him if we were to continue with this Kit Wilson thing. I'd still like the idea of bringing Royce Keys in as Kit Wilson's muscle.
Right.
And if you want to continue with Kit and Oba, you could bring in Royce Keys to be a feud for Oba. And that's something that was teased at the Rumble briefly as well.
Yes, it was. We have yet to see Royce Keys make his brand selection, as well as his, I guess, main roster debut. We did see him at the Royal Rumble.
He wrestled on Main Event as well. He's been wrestling on Main Event as well.
Yeah. But another short, quick,
and that's
intoxicating match from Oba Femi.
And that's all we need with Oba right now. We just need him to come out and squash everyone. And there is that crate. This is the second time we're seeing that crate tonight.
Yes, it is. Oh, the second time tonight. See Adam Pearce sending the crate back to Raw.
You mean Nick Aldis? You said Adam Pearce.
I did.
But at the same time, R-Truth did confuse Nick Aldis for Adam Pearce as well.
Yes, he did. And I'm the bald GM.
Yeah, so it's not going to go to NXT like we were talking about off stream,
Right.
which would have made it interesting. But no, it's going back to Raw. I'm very curious about this. And I know I jokingly said the gobbledygook or something like that. I'm actually going in with this whole crate thing with the lowest of expectations. I know everybody's expecting Chris Jericho. It more than likely won't be Jericho. I don't think it will be.
I don't think it's going to be Jericho. I have my pick as to who it's going to be. Making his return in Chicago at the Elimination Chamber. And I'm calling it's going to be Seth freaking Rollins.
If it is Jericho, I wouldn't be too surprised. I mean, it's a smart audience to debut, to find out what's in this crate in Chicago. Chicago is one of the better crowds to do this in front of. It's going to be Chainsaw Charlie. Chainsaw Charlie debuted in a crate. They're coming out of a crate.
Yes, he did. But ladies and gentlemen, as we are in commercial, we again invite you to check out our shop.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at turnbucklestudios.org.
And ladies and gentlemen, once again, turnbucklestudios.org is your home for the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. Head on over to our shop, support your favorite shows, support your favorite podcasters, wear what we wear. All of the proceeds come back into our studios to bring you a better experience. All of this and more at turnbucklestudios.org, your home for the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. But if you will give me just one moment, I will be right back as I have to head to the locker room.
Yeah, and as he heads off to the locker room, I'm still curious about this crate thing. I want you guys out there in the audience, let me know who you guys think is going to be in that crate. If it's not Jericho, then who do you think it is? If it is Jericho, I think it'd be a great surprise. But I'm very curious. I mean, yeah, WWE right now, that's another PLE that we're more than likely going to look into covering as well. WWE Clash in Italy is happening as well, and it's going to be part of a major European tour. But no date yet on it. But Clash in Italy is on its way. Oh, May 31st. All right. Taking place in Turin, Italy. The location of the 2006 Winter Olympics. And now, as it's Tiffy time, Chelsea Green is making her way out to the ring right now. But it's not Chelsea Green who's in action, obviously, because she's hurt. However, Alba Fire will be competing against Tiffany Stratton here. As we're looking at 2 weeks ago when Tiffany Stratton qualified for the Elimination Chamber.
I almost tripped over my chair, but I do see we have Tiffany Stratton and Alba Fire one-on-one.
Yippers.
And I know that this goes back to last week when Tiffany made a comment about Chelsea Green being in a cast after breaking her ankle.
Yeah, and this goes back to 2 weeks ago when Tiffany Stratton qualified as well.
Yes.
It still kind of looks a little funny because Chelsea Green is in a walking cast, yet still using the wheelchair.
Yep.
I mean, when you're in a walking cast with a hurt ankle, you actually don't notice the pain in the ankle. You actually can walk fine.
Yes.
This is coming from somebody who constantly sprains his ankles and has a walking boot to help with that. But I guess I get where they're getting Chelsea coming from, because she's kind of bossy when it comes to Alba Fire, and she expects all the best treatment on her. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It wouldn't surprise me if she wins Queen of the Ring and we see her being carried out on the throne, just like Haku did, just like King Harley Race did, just like Macho King was.
Right? King Mabel.
Yep.
Queen Naya.
I mentioned all the good queens, and you bring up King Mabel. All the good kings, I should say. Of course, not knocking Nelson Fraser or anything like that, because I do like Mabel. I did like him. I did like Viscera as well. I didn't like him when he was doing Big Daddy V, though.
No, and I will agree with you on that. I like the look with Big Daddy V, but I preferred the
I liked
in-ring of Viscera and King Mabel.
I liked the attitude of Big Daddy V. I didn't like the look. I would have changed up the look a little bit and kept that attitude. Because that attitude was like, I'm a big man and I'm going to beat you up. And that's exactly what he did.
Yep. Now, we know how talented Alba Fire is. Is WWE missing an opportunity now by maybe not getting her into the women's U.S. title picture with Chelsea injured?
I want, if there is a breakup that comes between these two, there will be.
Yes.
I sort of want it to be Virgil $1 Million Man like, where Chelsea becomes too drunk with power and just makes Alba do the most embarrassing stuff, period.
Right.
To the point where Alba's like, I'm sick of this, and just decks her in the ring or something like that, you know?
Right.
Which is what Virgil did to the $1 Million Man. Decked him with the $1 Million belt. But the thing with that type of angle, and I've seen this fail time and time again, you have to figure out what you do after the feud with that wrestler.
Yeah.
They didn't do it with Virgil. They just kind of had Virgil flounder after the feud with the $1 Million Man.
Yep.
There's a few others out there that it failed with.
I mean, admittedly, like I said, we know, and I mean, we've watched Alba Fire for a number of years going back to ICW.
Yeah.
I would almost say I'd like to see her get into that ring with Jade Cargill and actually have a match. We've seen her and Julia before, but it's always been with Alba being the Slagent as part of the Secret Service, as opposed to being the Alba Fire that can dominate in that ring.
The Alba Fire that we're seeing in the ring right now, essentially.
Yes.
And I think that's what you can do with Alba Fire after the Chelsea Green split is you take her, you have her do the feud with Chelsea. Maybe it leads to a championship match. Maybe somewhere along the way, Chelsea wins back the United States title or even becomes the WWE Women's Champion.
Yep.
And maybe you base it off that where Chelsea becomes so drunk with power because she has those belts that it leads Alba to getting sick and tired of it.
Yep.
And Chelsea's after successful defense, she demands Alba to put the belt on.
Right.
Alba, I know I'm mirroring what Virgil did to Ted DiBiase, but it's something that you can do again because it's been so long. But
right
to the point where Alba's so sick and tired of it that she just grabs the title and clocks her with it, and boom, now you have your next number one contender.
With the exception of the injury, would it almost be fitting if you went with a 2-woman power trip and have Chelsea and Alba both win singles titles as well as the women's tag titles, only to then lose them? And yes, I know that Triple H got injured during that time with Steve Austin, which cost them everything. But would that be a route to go?
I'm not a fan. Wasn't a fan of it then. I'm not a fan of it now. So not for me.
Okay. See, I love the 2-man power trip.
I wanted, as soon as those titles changed hands, as soon as Kane and Taker lost the tag titles, because that's who they took the titles from. I needed either Austin or Triple H to lose their championship, and I knew Austin wasn't losing the WWF title anytime soon. So taking the Intercontinental off of Triple H and putting it on Jeff Hardy for about a week, I liked that. And yeah, it was only about a week because Hunter won it back. I think it was like the Raw after because Jeff won it on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, when Triple H officially lost the Intercontinental title, like lost the title and didn't get it back, I forget who he dropped it to. I think, was it Kane again?
No, I don't think it was.
Because I remember it was Kane because Albert won the Intercontinental title from Kane.
I don't even remember Albert as the Intercontinental Champion.
He was the Intercontinental Champion for a couple of months. And I remember he beat Kane for it because I remember going into that match thinking that was a beautiful dive from Oba Femi, by the way.
Yes, it was.
I remember
did have
that
Chelsea up playing a distraction, but she was hopping around on her one bare foot instead of having her walking boot down.
Mm-hmm. And as I said, those walking boots, because they have these air pockets in them that like strengthen where your ankle is beat up, you don't feel it. So it's just, it stabilizes your ankle to the point where you can safely walk on it.
Yep. What a counter there from Oba Femi.
Yeah. But as I was saying about Albert and Kane, I remember going into that match and thinking Albert was going to lose. But because he was a member of X Factor at the time, is why Kane ended up losing the Intercontinental title that night. And there's the PME and the win from Tiffany Stratton.
Yes, in what was a fantastic match.
And give me more of Oba Femi doing that. That's why I wouldn't mind. I think an Oba Femi Chelsea Green match would be awesome to see somewhere down that line. And it could be like maybe 5 or 6 months down the road that we see this.
Yeah.
Because eventually you do have to build to a breakup. Or, as you mentioned, since there's been like a beefing up of the women's tag division, you just put them as a tag team since we don't know what Piper Niven's situation is right now.
Right? Or do you find somebody else? And again, I'm going to suggest this. Do you find somebody else to pair with them, even a Fatal Influence?
I don't know, but now we've got Sammy here. And the promo of the night goes to Sammy and Cody Rhodes.
Wow. Holy cow. Both men spit and fire, and now Trick Williams.
If I'm Sammy, I would deck Trick right now. Oh, we're
Are we starting to see a tease from Sami Zayn as he then went and apologized to Cody after they both spit some truth at each other?
I don't know, but right now we're getting the men's qualifying chamber match. I thought this was going to be the main event.
So did I.
Now I don't know what the main event is.
Rhea and Julia.
I guess so. But yeah. I think we're getting a tease for a fatal four-way at Mania. Because Jacob wants to get his hands on Drew. Sammy is now like just there's been a fire lit under Sammy's ass to get a championship match. Well, there's always been a fire lit under Cody's ass to get a championship match. I think somehow we're going to a fatal four-way.
Okay. But as we are looking at this triple threat elimination chamber qualifier, do Mello and Trick rely on their history to keep Damien Priest down and go at it?
I think Trick is going to try, but Mello's not having it.
Okay.
It's going to be kind of like, and I'm going to go old school again here. In the 2003 Royal Rumble, there was a spot when Jeff Hardy was in the Rumble and he was doing his thing, wrestling everybody. Then Matt Hardy came out. And oh, sorry, no, wait. There was two spots in that match. One was Edge and Christian doing it. Edge was in the ring. He was doing his thing. Christian comes out next. He comes out and hugs Edge and like, yeah, we're getting back together. Edge looks at him like, what the hell, man? We're not getting back together, and decks him.
Right.
So they have their fight. But then later on, Jeff is doing the same thing. Matt gets in the ring and Matt's like, yo, we're brothers. Let's team up. And Jeff is like,
yeah,
and just slugs him too.
Yep.
That's what I think we're going to see in that kind of in this match tonight, because Trick has been doing a lot of talking lately. Mello's been doing a lot of action lately.
Yes. Speaking of action, ladies and gentlemen, we once again invite you to check out our calendar.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we go TNA as we brace for Impact at 9 p.m. On Fridays, join us for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday, be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. And later that night, we have the Borsnest at 8 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day. And please visit turnbucklestudios.org.
And ladies and gentlemen, once again, turnbucklestudios.org is your home for the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. Head on over to the host section and meet the team here. Mr. Best, myself, Chris Parrish, Carl Carafel, and Bubba Duke. Get all of our socials. Watch our latest weekly live episodic shows. TurnbuckleStudios.org, your home for the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. And in that calendar, it did not show you our special events like the PLE Patrol or watch longs. That is just what we have going on each and every night of the week.
So I'm just having things that have occurred to me in my real life. So I'm double checking everything as far as the weather goes so that I can prepare for my week ahead, because I've got several things coming up. But we're looking at a SmackDown fact here. The phenomenal one, AJ Styles, debuted in the 2016 Royal Rumble. Over the next decade, he captured 8 championships and held titles for a total of more than 1,000 days. It's pretty impressive. Great run for AJ. A tribute to AJ happening on Monday at Raw in Atlanta, the home of AJ Styles.
Yes.
I fully expect it's also the former home of TNA. Just going to put that out there. I fully expect that a bunch of AJ's past opponents will be there. And as we pointed out, as we were talking off stream a few days ago, we want to see Abyss there, not Chris Parks, Abyss.
Yes. And here comes Damien Priest, who is my pick to go to the Elimination Chamber from this match. As much as I would love to see a guy like Trick do it, or a Mello, I think that this is Priest's time. And he was in the chamber last year.
Priest is the most likely candidate out of this, because I know that, well, Mello's got the thing with Dragunov still to come. I think that match could very well happen next week. Trick, on the other hand, he's been getting underneath a lot of people's skin, so maybe you can move him to Sammy and you put him in. Well, there we go. If we get some kind of other qualifying match, if it happens at, we'll say it happens at a Saturday night's main event, you can put Trick and Sami Zayn in a match against one another.
Yes, you could. And I would be all for that.
Excuse me.
Though there is a part of me that would like to see Mello and what he can do with Javon Evans inside that chamber. I'd also like to see Trick do what he can do inside that chamber. Something like what we saw in that fatal 4-way at Saturday night's main event before the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm. I mean, to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if Trick did take the win here.
It wouldn't surprise me either. Any one of these men is worthy of the win.
But you know what's funny is, like, let's say last year if Mello was in a chamber match or chamber qualifier, I don't think we'd be saying the same thing last year.
Right?
Because last year he was doing that stuff with the Miz, and we just didn't know, you know?
Yeah. But last year Mello won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and it didn't work out into anything. And I'm sort of glad he's given up that chain with Andre's head on it.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that, but he's probably got it stashed away somewhere in his collection.
Yeah. And there we're seeing it.
Yeah. Well, okay, so Priest was like, yeah, okay, I'll just beat the both of them up.
Does this match maybe play into a guy like Melo's hands being smaller when Priest and Trick start throwing bombs at each other?
Oh, we're about to see that.
Well, yeah, and
Oh,
there's
yeah,
the other option for a main event.
Orton and Aleister Black. And Rhea Ripley and Julia still to come. I think I'm going to say that the Rhea and Julia match is next.
I think so. Let's not forget, too, that both Damien and Trick were involved in that fatal four-way at Saturday night's main event for the #1 contendership. So that's, again, where I'm wondering, does this play into a guy like Melo's hands? And he's going in with some gold. There's a new maneuver from Priest.
The Dirty Deeds.
Yes, the original Dirty Deeds.
Yeah. Done dirt cheap. I like that version of the Dirty Deeds, I'm not going to lie.
So do I.
Okay. I think I see the story of this match right now. Seems that every time Trick gets up to do something, one of the other two accidentally takes Trick out.
Right?
Yeah. I'll say accidentally because in that case, Melo was aiming for Priest and Priest ducked and Trick got the clothesline.
I'm going to ask, do we go to, as a result of this match, we know that Melo still wants his match with Dragunov, which I think you wait until WrestleMania to pull that one. But do we go to a Melo and Trick in the U.S. Open Challenge?
I think we're going to Melo and Dragunov next week.
Okay. What I'm going to then suggest is, and again, all three men have history, do you go to that triple threat at WrestleMania? Melo, Trick, and Dragunov.
I think you go just strictly Melo and Trick.
Okay.
I'm not saying you write off Dragunov because I'm sure you can find something else for him to do on Mania weekend.
Right.
Maybe throw him in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and maybe you change it to whichever roster you win as a part of, you challenge for that secondary championship.
Right.
So like if Dragunov wins because he's SmackDown, he goes after the US title. He gets a #1 contendership for that title.
And we are down to Melo and Trick, who are wearing a matching white and gold palette, just that Melo has the black trim on it.
So does Trick. He's got the black shadow on his font there. But the other story of this match is Priest and just how desperate Priest wants to get back the WWE title, or at least I wouldn't say get back, but win the WWE title because he never won the WWE title.
Absolutely.
He was the world heavyweight champion. And I think I'm at that point with Priest where I'm ready to see him back in that picture.
I've been ready for a long time because he's never gotten his rematch. We know that he and Drew had a feud last year, but that was before Drew was even in the title picture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he didn't get his rematch when he lost the title to Gunther. You can thank Finn for that. Wait, it was Gunther. He lost the World Heavyweight too, eh? Yeah, because Gunther won the King of the Ring to get that shot.
Yep. Nice counter there from Mello on Priest. But Trick dumping out Mello.
Just throwing him out there like a piece of trash. Ooh, I like this. I love that camera shot from the ring apron or from the aisleway.
Oh, beautiful, Mello. Beautiful.
And Mello just cleared the ring basically with that. The production company crew can't keep up with Mello's speed there.
What a splash.
Oh. And a leg lariat from Trick there to take down Mello.
Yes.
Right, what's Trick looking to do here?
You're an Augie.
Yeah. Basically the bookend.
Yep.
Again, I've pointed this out. His style is very much mirrors Booker T.
Yes, and I know I've said it. Like, I wait for the axe kick. I'd like to see him use the Harlem Hangover. Would a guy like Booker T, and I know there's a lot of debate about his commentary, would a guy like Booker T be better suited to managing somebody like a Trick Williams? Would it be in Trick's best interest to get a guy like Booker T in his corner?
Just as long as he's not as cartoony as he is on commentary. Because to me, while I don't agree with what old Uncle Dave said about him being the worst announcer, because there is room for improvement, I just don't need him to sound like a cartoon character on commentary. That's all.
Right?
Because so I watched Great Balls of Fire the other day. Been a minute. And I will stand by that. Terrible name, great show. Booker T was actually good on commentary that night. He wasn't so cartoony. He was actually giving advice. He was explaining why things were happening in the ring, and I loved it.
Which he does, but I always find Booker T to be better and far more credible on the pre-show and post-show panels as opposed to at the commentary desk. I wasn't sold on him doing what he did during Trick's intros in NXT. I really don't like it when he's singing Joe Hendry's theme song. It's just horrible.
Oh, for a second, I thought I was going to say, Priest, did you forget about Mello? Because I thought Mello was going to dive off like he just did
And
to
Mello
interrupt that pinfall.
Don't miss. Oh, Trick saved him.
But I thought Priest also had the pinfall there.
And now Trick and Mello slugging it out, but not paying attention to Priest until now.
And just teeing off with those kicks to the side of the head on both men. What's Priest looking? Oh. Well, here comes the part of the triple threat where everybody fights over pinning.
Yeah, which is perhaps my least favorite part of these matches.
But you had to expect it between these two because these two definitely come from opposite sides at this point.
Yes.
And we do know that we are aware of their history together.
And Trick rolling the shoulder up. What a shot there from Priest to Mello.
Oh, Priest leaving himself wide open for that knee to the face there.
Yep, and the Trick shot.
Oh, and Trick steals the win.
Wow.
We'll say.
But I'm going to say this, definitely not an upset.
No, and like we said just before the match, we wouldn't have been surprised if Trick took the win, in which he did.
Right? Again, though, he wrestled a very opportunistic match.
So did Mello, and I think all three of them kind of did, like, because they took advantage of situations that they saw beneficial to them.
I still don't like that finisher, though, from Trick.
And we've got one more spot for Monday Night Raw.
Yes, we do. Oh, Los Garza. Oh, the tag team division.
Arguing over the crate.
Yes. So Jordan Grace and Candice LeRae next weekend or next Friday.
Yeah, and now we see why all the tag teams were talking by the crate, because Johnny Gargano was planking on top of it, basically. Of course, still being this whole lost without Tommaso Ciampa, having lost everything, losing the tag titles, losing Ciampa, losing Axiom's mask.
Yep. And here comes Julia.
No Kianna James with her, but that's understandable.
Yes, and we know that this match is not for the Women's U.S. Championship. But we are getting a preview for Monday Night Raw and AJ Styles tribute. Plus Bronson Reed, El Grande Americano, the original, and Jey Uso. The return of Brock Lesnar.
Who there's two scenarios I think we're going to get with him. But we'll discuss that on the other side of this commercial break.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we go TNA as we brace for Impact at 9 p.m. On Fridays, join us for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday, be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. And later that night, we have the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day. And please visit turnbucklestudios.org.
And ladies and gentlemen, as always, turnbucklestudios.org is your home for the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. Once again, you saw all of our weekly programming that does not include our special events like the Elimination Chamber coming up next Saturday evening. But meet the team. Chris Best, myself, Bubba Duke, Chris Parrish, and Carl Carafel. Get all of our socials. Watch our latest weekly live episodic shows. All of that and more at turnbucklestudios.org, your home for the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program.
All right, so now on to Brock Lesnar. There's two scenarios that I think about with him coming to Monday that I think he gets involved in. One of them doesn't seem very likely, but it is a possibility, and that is him getting involved with the AJ Styles celebration segment.
Right.
It's a possibility, but I don't think it is because that seems more fitting for Gunther to get involved.
Right.
The other one, I think he corners Oba Femi, and that's how we get to Oba and Brock at Mania.
Right.
We see like that tease. We don't know what Brock Lesnar is going to do, and we never know what Brock's going to do when we hear he's announced to show up.
Right. But we also know that he is loosely affiliated with the Vision. So could he go in to assure Bronson Reed that spot in the Elimination Chamber?
I don't think he would do that because he would want that spot for himself. It's Brock Lesnar. He will do what it takes to get the shot. He doesn't give two craps about who it is.
He would, but would it send a message to, I mean, let's not forget Paul Heyman's history. Yes, he's managed Brock Lesnar. He's managed Roman Reigns. He's managed CM Punk. Could this be a way of Brock Lesnar really asserting where he wants to be at WrestleMania? Could taking out Jey Uso send a message to Roman Reigns? Could taking out an LA Knight serve as a message to CM Punk?
I don't know, but right now we got Jade posing for pictures with the championship.
And coming face to face with a returning BFAB. So both BFAB and Michin return after getting injured over the holiday tour.
At the hands of Jade Cargill.
Yes.
But I like that they basically said, we're going to strike you, but you don't know when it's going to happen.
Yep.
So now Jade's going to have a swivel on her head, just as she should for, I mean, she's got 6 women to worry about as far as the Elimination Chamber goes. Now she's got Michin and BFAB breathing down her neck. It's just like I said earlier, there's a lot of women gunning for her because Liv Morgan is still a possibility. We don't know who she's gonna challenge. Jordan Grace more than likely still wants to get another shot.
Yep.
I mean, this whole thing with Candice LeRae next week is just going to be a footnote for Jordan Grace.
Yep. But we do have Mommy, Rhea Ripley, one half of our women's tag team champions, making her way to the ring. Have Julia and Kianna had their women's tag team championship match yet?
Yeah, they had it before the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
Okay, so Nia and Lash Legend have a tag team name. They're calling themselves the Irresistible Forces.
Okay. I like it.
Well, I think they're going to be taking on the immovable objects in Rhea Ripley and Io Sky because I firmly think they're retaining next week.
I'm going to say that is going to depend on the matchup on Monday and if Io qualifies for the Elimination Chamber. I think if Io qualifies, then I think we see new tag team champions next week. We do know that it is Io Sky, Kairi Sane, and I'm drawing a blank on Monday for the third one.
Would you like to hug it out? It's Bailey.
Oh, yeah.
So I said hug.
No, Bailey competed this past Monday.
Did she? Oh.
Yes.
I thought it was Elimination Chamber 2026 qualifier matches. Good old Google helping me out. No, not that. Oh yeah, she beat Asuka, overcame Bailey and Natty. Why did I? I'm still. February 23rd. Oh, Raquel.
Oh, yes.
If I'm looking at that match, there's as much as I do love Kyrie, I think I'm going to go with Raquel or Io to take it.
I'm taking Raquel, to be honest. Because Raquel can match the power for power with Rhea in the chamber.
You know what? I think I'm going to go with Raquel, and I'm actually going to pick Raquel to win the chamber.
You and me both.
Because I'm leaning more and more towards that idea where, depending on who Liv picks, Raquel's going to go with the opposite.
Well, Raquel
obviously
has to go with the opposite. Yes.
But I mean, like, they're going to do that divide and conquer type thing or something along those lines. Because as we know, this Monday night, Liv is going to reveal her decision. Or at least, I'm going to say that's what we think is going to happen.
Right. But once again, Mr. Best, I need you to give me a moment so that I can run to the locker room.
All right. And as OMD is running to the locker room, we are going to take an extended commercial break.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, videos games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
The Turnbuckle Studios store is open for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the merch and represent the best from the shows you watch on a weekly basis. Multiple styles to choose from with over 10 products available. Don't get left out and pick up all your favorites today. Find us at turnbucklestudios.org.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we go TNA as we brace for Impact at 9 p.m. On Fridays, join us for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday, be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. And later that night, we have the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day. And please visit turnbucklestudios.org.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, turnbucklestudios.org is your home for the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. As you've seen, once again, our calendar for the week, we have something each and every night that doesn't include our special programs, the watch-alongs, the PLE patrols, watch parties, whatever you want to call them. But meet the team, Mr. Best, myself, Chris Parrish, Bubba Duke, and Carl Carafel. Get all of our socials and watch our latest weekly live episodic shows. All that and more at turnbucklestudios.org, your home for the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. We are coming back, and Julia is kicking Rhea in the head.
Yeah, just laying the boots to Julia to Rhea right now.
Was trying to, and then Rhea got up and delivered that devastating.
Just took her. Just How is Julia moving after that kick?
I don't know. No, I wouldn't.
Jesus.
Oh,
And as we're watching this exciting matchup, I want to give out a very big congratulations to our new CWE heavyweight champion, friend of the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, the one, the only, Kamikaze.
yes. That news came across our desks today. And big ups to him. He's a guy I have yet to have the opportunity to see wrestle, but hopefully now that he is the champion, I'll have that opportunity.
He wasn't on the card when when you were there for the Too Cold show?
I don't remember.
I could swear he was on that card.
I don't remember. Because the only thing I really remember about that show was our friend AJ Sanchez got robbed by a bad count from the ref.
And AJ Sanchez did eat a boot off Big Bubba, or Bubba there. Big Bubba.
Yes. Not Big Bubba Rogers.
But Bubba Duke.
That's right.
Who was in the chat earlier. It was one of my favorite moments from that night was watching Bubba react to everything. Him and Shiv, who was also at the show that night.
Yeah.
Just the way these two women are working, I'm thinking, give me this match again.
Right? Next time, can we put the U.S. title on the line?
Or better. Oh, there's Nia. There's Lash. Yeah. Where's Zio?
And the ref throwing the match out.
Giving Rhea the win by disqualification.
But is this something that now is going to...
Is this going to upset Julia?
Kianna James and Julia, yes.
And here comes Zio.
And they clear the ring.
Thus setting up their tag team match next week.
Yep.
Oba Femi and walking in the locker room now. Oh, talking to the Miz. Interesting. I was expecting an interaction with Nick Aldis, but... Miz, you're in trouble next week.
Gotta love the Miz. Yeah, gotta love him.
I gotta say, with that promo though, and it made me think of this, like right off the top of my head, like he's doing this whole Hollywood gimmick. So imagine if he retires from being in ring and he becomes a manager, but not a manager. He's an agent like a Hollywood agent who's a manager, and he manages like a stable of like these Hollywood guys. You could easily put Kit Wilson in that group. You can put Elton Prince in there. Ethan Page could fit in there. LA Knight could fit in there as a heel.
Yep.
Boom, there's a stable right there.
I'm going to suggest this one. We've seen him have interactions with all of these men, but I'm going to go. He's going to learn. He's going to become that agent, but he's going to learn from the master agent. He's going to learn from a Paul Heyman. So then you look at Logan Paul. You see him get the framework to get A-Town Down Under back together.
Yeah. But like I'm thinking like he manages like a stable of like pretty boy Hollywood type people.
Right. How about the Vanity Project from NXT coming up to work on The Miz?
That's probably the better fit, actually. If you can't get well, I'm going to assume that Elton Prince and Kit Wilson are going to reunite when Elton Prince is healthy again.
Yes. But, ladies and gentlemen, as we are once again in a commercial break, we invite you.
I just played all 3 commercials, dude. We don't need to. I literally took a lengthy commercial break, but I couldn't help but notice that in that Miz promo that I want to see that now. I want to see him be like a movie agent character.
Yeah.
Because it would still keep with the whole Miz doing the Hollywood gimmick. You don't need him dressing up in that stupid cape thing he wears when he comes to the ring. Keep him in the suit when he comes to the ring.
I'm going to throw another name that would absolutely fit that faction if he were to turn heel.
Who is that?
Joe Hendry.
It could work because Joe Hendry has worked heel under his current gimmick.
Yep.
Because he was heel in ROH when he did it, and when Joe Hendry's a heel, he's a cocky SOB, and I love it. He still is, but you know what I mean.
Yep.
And then here's the other thing that how this could still work, because you always have the Miz interacting with the celebrities at like WrestleMania, SummerSlam, wherever. You could still have the Miz do that, and you could have the Miz like come up and be like, let's say Snoop Dogg is on an episode of SmackDown. Yeah. You have the Miz come up to like Snoop Dogg and be like, I can represent you. I can get you all these movies. Yep. And Snoop Dogg just, shrug him off or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. On ESPN on this Sunday, they're doing a repeat of the Royal Rumble in Riyadh.
I like it.
That's cool. I wonder if it's the entire show, or if it's going to be like what they did with the. They did this for WrestleMania 11 some years ago. They did a 1 hour WrestleMania 11 like special on Fox where they aired the Diesel and Shawn Michaels match and LT and Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yep.
So I wonder if it's going to be that.
Even Fox and NBC did it for a while, for a number of years, where they would do a 1 hour replay of WrestleMania. It hasn't happened since they've gone to the 2-night Mania.
Mm-hmm. And they would just play the main events. But then again, as I said that, I'm like, wait a minute, the main events were the Royal Rumbles, and they were both over an hour. Oh, so this is where we're going with Kianna and Julia right now.
Okay, that shrill scream from Julia just ruptured my eardrum.
It didn't rupture mine because that still does not compare to when Melina used to do it. And I was there live to hear Melina's, and it hurt my ears. I think I know where they're going with this Kianna and Julia thing, because Julia is now kind of being this, I wouldn't say like Ken Shamrock kind of crazy, but Kiana's kind of Julia's handler.
Yeah.
So Julia will get mad and attack you if you've said something wrong to her, but Kianna will be there to like kind of control her.
What I'm going to suggest, and I think that this could work for Julia. Wow.
Next Friday, Uncle Howdy and Solo Sikoa.
Wow.
They see in that promo with Uncle Howdy did not mention when it was going to happen.
Right? Wow. So we get a challenge for a one-on-one between Tama Tonga and Shinsuke Nakamura, with Shinsuke saying, "Leave your family tree in the forest."
He said actually to Tama, the next time you're in a one-on-one match, leave the family behind. Prove that you can strike out on your own. He's planting seeds of doubt in Tama Tonga right now.
Yes, he is. As now the Dark Father, Aleister Black, makes his way to the ring with Zelina.
But I gotta say that after Solo left and before Shinsuke showed up, there was seeds of uncertainty there, especially with this whole Wyatt 6 situation. It seems to me that the MFT don't want to deal with the Wyatt 6.
No,
and I don't blame them. I don't blame them.
They don't. As Solo said, right now our focus is the Wyatts and preventing them from getting the lantern back.
And he told Tama, like, one day you are going to be the United States champion. And that really seems to be what Tama's goal is to go after that title.
Yes.
Maybe if there is a US Open challenge after, because I still think the match between Dragunov and Melo could happen next week.
Right.
Maybe that's where Tama steps up, does that challenge. We'll say the MFTs interfere in that matchup, and Tama gets upset at that.
See, the big thing that I want to see now with that U.S. title challenge, because it always comes down to the first person who comes out. I'd like to see a guy like a Melo step up and say, I don't care, I'll take both of you.
I gotta say though, Nakamura looked really sharp in that suit that he was wearing. And it still feels like right now that it feels like Nakamura's on a recruiting mission a bit here, even
Yeah.
by getting into the head of Tamatonga. And that's where I think Evil could come into play. I would say David Finlay, but I'm still uncertain as to where he ends up.
Right.
There was another New Japan departure too that I'm really intrigued about, and I'm trying to look for it right now.
I know the one you're talking about too.
But right now, I'm getting a lot of news on Tatsumi Fujinami, who's going to be wrestling at the New Japan Anniversary show coming up.
Right.
Oh, Takahashi. He's the other one that could be on his way. Hiromu Takahashi. I forgot about that. And that's where I think it feels like Nakamura could be doing this New Japan stable.
Right.
If that is the case, with Evil possibly coming to the WWE, and the rumors are Takahashi's on his way. The rumors are David Finlay's on his way over too.
Yes. Now, I've got to ask, because we also saw the seeds of doubt planted between Cody and Sammy. We know that Sammy has managed Shinsuke in the past. We know that they've teamed up time and again. Could we see that become an alliance as well?
See, I don't know, because the last time Shinsuke and Sammy were a team, Sammy was the boss of Shinsuke. And now Shinsuke is doing this I'm my own man type thing.
Yeah. But we did see them team up on SmackDown just before Survivor Series in that Survivor Series style elimination match. As Aleister Black and Zelina Vega are sitting in the corner, awaiting the arrival of this man,
The Viper.
the Viper.
Randall Keith Orton.
And what a main event this is. But what happens if, not only if Aleister wins, but what happens if Aleister does something and injures Randy Orton, removing him from the Elimination Chamber?
That's where you got to throw in a second chance matchup. And I would literally just simply do a battle royal with all the men who lost their chances in those qualifiers.
See, what I would do is make it so that it's the guys who were not pinned. So the guys who didn't eat the loss.
Oh.
But I also have to ask does this become a situation where a guy like Trick Williams, who we've seen step to a Randy Orton, step to a Drew McIntyre, do we see a Cody Rhodes come out to, end up in a brawl? Or in a tag match next week with Randy and Cody teaming to take on Aleister and Trick?
I don't think we're going to see any of that, because this just seems like a situation that Orton wants to solve all on his own.
Right. But with so much at stake in both Trick and Cody in the match, is that a situation where a Trick Williams potentially gets involved because of Randy being in the Elimination Chamber and wanting to soften him up, so to speak?
Again, that's where I would just leave it to Aleister Black, because if you weren't out to soften it up yourself, Randy, as the Viper, will soften you up even more. So I would just leave it up to Aleister Black, sit in the back, relax, and feel fresh as a daisy going into that chamber. I like that.
Right?
Aleister doing his sit down while Orton did his taunt for the RKO that he usually does.
Right? And now Randy getting Aleister over into the corner for that 10 punch.
Yeah, the 10 punch in the corner. Still one of my favorite old school maneuvers. But I wish that they didn't do the zoom like that they just did with every shot there.
Right.
Orton just stalking Aleister Black just like it's his prey. Aleister was ready for that. Oh, just straightforward kicks him in the jaw.
And then Randy dumps Aleister right back out and then chases him outside the ring again.
Yeah, because he wants to slam his head off the commentator table like he was trying to before Aleister kicked him in the jaw. Oh, he's gonna throw him onto the table.
Yep. And then Randy rolling back in to break the count.
You know, I could see this being a possible Mania match for Orton. And this would be a nice feud for Aleister Black and finally get him in a match on a pay-per-view.
It would be fantastic. This was a match that was widely speculated last year when Randy wound up with that open challenge.
Yeah, I was the only one that said it was going to be Joe Hendry, and I was right.
My gaming buddy, who when we were watching it here night one, he said too, what if it's somebody from another company? And then all of a sudden, oh, he's got a belt. Yep, that's the TNA champion.
Yeah, Bubba and I were doing the show, and like no word of lie, minutes beforehand, for all you guys who remember watching the show, I said to Bubba, "What if it's Joe Hendry?" Sure enough, say his name, and he appears. Now, when it comes to Hendry, I don't expect him to be on this year's Mania, though, because I do expect that he's going to be defending the championship at Stand and Deliver.
I fully expect it as well.
Again, with that kick to the jaw. This is seeing a bit of a savage side out of both these men here in this matchup here.
Yes.
And I think you kind of got to be with, especially when it comes to Aleister Black trying to prove himself against a guy the likes of Randy Orton.
Yes, and then Randy Orton waved at the ref. Well, was checking the count, but waved at the ref. But we did see Alistair go through that rivalry with Damien Priest. Is this the next feud and the next opportunity to truly elevate Alistair Black to a championship level?
Well, that's why I said you put them at Mania. This would be a good match for the both of them. As Orton just hit the Garvin stomp on Alistair. Because right now it feels like Orton's in that passing the torch type phase, taking on these new guys coming in. I mean, we talked about the match with Joe Hendry from last year. We've he for the longest time before he left the company, he was tag teaming with Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
Now this thing with Alistair Black, that's what I feel like Orton's role is right now, is the guy who's going to be there to help these the newer talent come in. And that's not a bad position to be in. It's really not. Isn't.
I mean, let's look at, how long, like really, when you had the guys like Randy Orton coming up before they were in the match with The Undertaker. Then you had Dolph Ziggler really step up to fill that role. You've had an Edge, you've had a Shawn Michaels, you've had all of those guys. On the women's side, I mean, it's still Becky Lynch.
Well, even on the women's side, it's also Charlotte. It's also Alexa who are helping to boost the tag division right now.
Yep.
And dare I say it, but I get this feeling that if Jericho does end up in the WWE sometime this year, I think he becomes that guy as well. Yep. He's already been doing it in AEW, trying to help out guys there. I mean,
yep. I'm going to say this. I think we get Jericho on the Raw after WrestleMania.
That all depends on how long his contract freeze was for, though. Because Jericho was gone for a long time. And right now, Alistair Black is wearing down Randy Orton with a move that we used to see Randy Orton throw a lot in a chin lock.
Yes.
I often wonder, this is something I think about, and I don't think we're going to see it anytime soon, though. But I got to wonder how a feud with Uncle Howdy and Alistair Black will play out.
Right?
It would definitely be a war of mind games.
Yes.
And that's exactly what I think we could see out of these two if there is a feud to be built off this. There, because Randy Orton's great at the mind games as well as Alistair Black.
Yes, he is. And although we don't know if or when he's going to be returning, we still have to factor a guy like Kevin Owens in.
He's still a long ways off. We know that he's been getting his some reps in over at the PC, but he's still a bit of a ways off. But I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a feud between Owens and Orton could probably revisit their feud when he comes back, and I would love to see Alistair Black and Kevin Owens.
Right.
But every time go ahead.
I'm going to go to this level. What if you get Kevin Owens hypothetically returns at the Raw after WrestleMania, and he's sitting there saying, "I'm back. Who's going to stop me?" And then all of a sudden you get Jericho coming up. And wanting to revisit the Festival of Friendship.
But instead of Jericho being put on the list, KO's on the list.
Yeah.
But that's one thing about Jericho, though, is that he doesn't revisit gimmicks.
No.
So if we do get Jericho, it's going to be something completely new.
Yeah. I would even suggest, and I don't think it would happen, but I think it could happen this Monday during that AJ Styles celebration, especially if Gunther interrupts.
Orton, yeah, Orton's looking for the RKO. Lining it up.
But
Alistair, smart move. Alistair Black takes a walk.
Yep.
But Orton, just like the Viper he is, waiting in the weeds, about to stop. Another kick to the jaw. Never mind. Yes. And a poke to the eye. Shades of your dad there, eh, Randy? Well, shades of Piper, who used to work with your dad, too. Alistair Black getting slammed every which way on that table tonight.
Yes. And Orton breaking the count now.
Has his eyes on Zelina.
Yes. But he's not approaching her. He's not.
I was going to say, I don't know if you want to do that. But is Orton going to
become a situation for the... Yep. I was just going to say, does he go for the DDT off of the apron to take us to the double count out?
Is Orton going to that place that Alistair Black mentioned? That I did not have. Drew McIntyre just clocked Orton with the championship.
Right. And is that
here comes Cody?
Say, is that the message to Cody Rhodes? And absolutely it is. And now Cody chasing.
But on the other side, where's Jacob? Where's Sammy? You know that they want to. Now where's Cody's trying to get back to the ring? I think he wants. I don't know. This has got to be. This is interesting. And Black Mass. Un, deux, trois.
And Alistair Black picks up the win as Cody Rhodes caught in no man's land there.
Yeah, he kind of stopped. He's like, wait, do I go back and help Orton? Or do I continue my chase for Drew? And that's going to add some heat to the chamber match between Orton and Cody. Because as we know, both men are in that chamber match.
And there's Drew standing in the crowd yelling at everybody.
And I'm still looking for Jacob.
No Jacob Fatu.
Not yet. Next Friday in Louisville. That's a hotbed for wrestling, by the way.
Yes, it is.
But yes, in memory to the one and only Kerwin Sylvies, guys.
The inspiration for one Kerwin White.
I'm going to actually do something better. One of the top production guys in the WWE.
Yes.
Kerwin, thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for 35 years, I believe they said. For all the work he's done. I mean, The dude put in a lot of work here, guys, just as we put in a lot of work for you guys in our entertainment. So we're going to go ahead and give out our socials and our thoughts on tonight's show. OMD, what'd you think?
Fantastic show, top to bottom. I know I missed the first 20 minutes. This was up there already for me for shows of the year. It's really hard to pick a match of the night, but I think the intrigue, the moments of the night, and I'm going to give you 3 of them, and you have to go to the Uncle Howdy video promo against Solo. You go to Cody and Sammy in the back. What was the third one now? I just lost it. I don't remember it. But it was those little moments and those teases to build something more. Oh, Shinsuke and Tama.
Mm-hmm.
Those really, really, to me, helped elevate and push us for the direction to WrestleMania following next week's Elimination Chamber. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for me on the socials, it is my link tree, linktr.ee/OMD show. Mr. Best, tell them about you.
Yeah. We've talked ad nauseum about long-term booking and how everything plays out. And some of that long-term booking really came into play tonight, especially with the whole MFT and Wyatt Six thing. We're going to be seeing some more of Uncle Howdy and Solo finally in a one-on-one interaction next week. I say interaction because we don't know if it's a match. I'm looking forward. It's making me look forward to everything that's going on still, and that's why I love these long-term storytelling. It's like I'm going to use a term. I'm going to use a movie that OMD and I both absolutely love, The Lord of the Rings. Long-term storytelling in that movie, in those movies, in those books, in that whole lore, actually. I love that we're getting this. Like, it's been like it feels like about almost 2-3 months now that the whole Wyatt Six and MFT thing has been going on. I don't think next week is going to be the be all end all, because I know the Wyatt Six are going to want to go after those tag team titles as well.
Yeah.
But everything I'm liking about SmackDown and Raw right now is that long-term storytelling. And that's going to be my moment of the night, is the long-term storytelling. Now, even with the Cody and Sammy thing, we know Cody and Jacob want a shot at Drew. We now know Sammy wants a shot at the championship. This is why I think this is going to build to a fatal 4-way, and Cody, sure, he's going to earn his way by winning the Chamber. He's my male prediction to win the Chamber. I think we're going to find a way that Sammy and Jacob get involved, or even maybe you build that to Backlash, and that's where you have the fatal 4-way. But guys, if you want to look for me at my socials, it is simple. My link tree, linktr.ee/Chris_best83. OMD, where can what are those words we like to go out on?
Ladies and gentlemen, always remember, the world is better with you in it. From all of us here at Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, to those of you out there wherever you are, good night, good luck, we out.
I'll be there when you die.